We're here. The fresh start. I think it might be a tough cookie, Bruno. I think it might be. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. All right, Shang on the way for Morec. Game one. Not game one. Series semifinals are starting. Oh my gosh, I'm just so hyped. So what this means, the semifinals in this, I don't even know. Like the players are just fighting for a decent amount of cash at this point, right? Like the prize pool breakdown for going to the finals. Yeah, right now both of these players have secured, I think, around $70, and then moving on will make them go into like the 100, if they win. So Shang going first for Morek, no surprise. Minnow Karth for Crazy. He's been really favoring the Minnow pick. The Minnow pick, I think, got him through Inland game one last in his last match, so not surprised to see him take that again. Karth and Romans picked up as well, no surprise there. Yamato picked Quick for Morek. Wonder what map we're going to see that on. That's kind of been a very flexible civ, it seems, throughout this tournament. So I'm surprised to see it. I'm not surprised to see it this early. Persian though for Crazy, dangerous on Oasis. Thanks for the resub, ball tune. As we see, what do you think so far, Rom? Standard stuff, right? The first 7, 8 civs have been no
Yeah,
alarms, right?
standard stuff. But the thing that's interesting about it is Mork seems to be getting all his traditional favorite civs.
That's true.
Uh, now, Crazy may be as well, but I'm not as familiar with what his favorite civs are. But so these may be them. But I
Minnow
think
and
Mork's gonna
Minnow.
be very pleased with what he got.
Mace and Greek getting picked up in that round of the draft. I'm not sure which round 6 or something. I don't know. Egyptians. I'm always doubting the Egyptians. And Mork again showing the Palmy pick in this tournament. I think only him and Vertex. I think it's only been Legend picking Palmy, which is
Oh, there's
surprising.
Memo.
There's Memo.
There's
Yeah,
Memo.
Memo's right there, guys. Yeah, Babylonians picked up in the end. Not too surprising. You can see them on a lot of maps. And Assyrians finally for Morek. So I think the only standout civs here are Greek and Egyptian going for Crazy. A bit rough, right? Like no one took Chosen or Sumerian, right? Yeah, Cho and Sumer being left and taking Greek and Egyptian over Cho Sumer. To me, I think that's just a weird choice. Sumer just such a strong civ on some of these maps. Egyptian over some of the weaker civs, says Crazy Ivan. I mean, maybe. It's tricky though. But I mean, the draft is only part of it, right? We're gonna jump into game one inland in just a moment. We already have our lobby set up. Our players are just about ready to go, I believe, so we can dive in. Oh man, oh I'm so excited. I'm just so excited.
This should be an excellent run here.
These are just two legends of the game, honestly, right? Like it's so awesome to see it. Brazilian Storm. I mean, Crazy has been performing his ass off in this tournament so far. He has been playing so unbelievably well that I'm not surprised that he's here at this point. And so we do have in the background, Baltoon will be adminning this series, so it's really going to be nice for us. We could just focus. Love the Palmy icon, indeed, PopCap. That's really funny, isn't it? You know why? So that website requires a link to like a live like website, right? So that website only displays URLs, and there was nowhere that had the URL of the like just a camel from AoE 1, like the actual camel. I could have used like an AoE 2 camel, but I thought that was not good. Could have used like the AoM or AoE
Yes.
4 camel, but that's not very relevant, right? So I just found a funny gif and used that instead. It's a good joke. All right, Phoenician versus Persian. Whoa, Crazy changing it up on us. I think in every other series hasn't he picked Minnow for Inland, and we're off. Game one is in. On the right side here, we have Morek with Phoenician, and oh, is this a restart map? Uh, high food, so maybe he plays it, but what is this wood line? He got really screwed by the map. So the players do have access to 3 restarts. I mean, I don't know if you restart when you have the deep this close. Like, this is going to be a really, really tough call. Meanwhile, on the north side of the map, we do have Crazy in the red with Persians. Persian's an interesting choice for Inland, given it's generally a lower hunt map, so kind of risky pick here, I think. Maybe just a bit nervous about the civs. Maybe he wants to save Minnow for a dicier game? I'm not sure. What are your thoughts so far, Romley?
Well, yeah, the Civ pick's kind of interesting. We'll see what Mork does, but if so he's got foe, which could make this map work with his strags, and then if he goes over there and pits, I mean, there are 5 easy elephants right there, and a fair amount of wood. Um, I think if he can get past the early start, I think he'll be fine. The question is whether he scouts enough to accept that. Crazies, I'm not, these gazelle are kind of annoying. I guess you get most of them here, but still, it's kind of annoying. He's got one running off to the side. Very defensible though. Sad on the water. So yeah, I don't know. I actually prefer Morik's situation here.
That's tough. It's a really tough call though, right? Like Crazy's map is so safe though, right? It's really going to be tricky because Morik's map is just so open and exposed. I mean, maybe if he rushes with this map, it'll be fine. Like you're saying, he's got access to these 3 elephants really close. He shouldn't miss those. And there's another 3 elephants kind of further away, and it looks like he didn't even miss those as well. So he's going to pick up 5 of his elephants, right? And that's just such a nice early start, like you were saying. And maybe he can use that start to kind of offset how open and exposed his map is. Maybe, but it's going to be tricky. I think an important factor here is if we take a look at our mini map, this will kind of tell you a story, right? Look where the
We've
crossing
got
is. There's
just
one
a quick
crossing.
alert. Quick alert. We've got a bill coming in.
Yeah,
Red
but the
bill.
but look at the crossings. There's only one crossing, and Crazy, obviously with access to it, did find it, and we can see here on the mini map, right in the center, is this Ville coming forward, like you were saying. Like it's gonna be dicey if Mort
Right when
can't
he's doing the
defend.
double alert.
Oh, Oh, this almost messed him up. Crazy trying to screw it over, trying to lame it a little bit. Not going to get too lucky there. The Ville, really nice control there by MrMorec. And he handles it. Oh, ooh, Crazy. I mean, that was high payoff for that. I mean, those elephants are much further away than you'd like. Not terrible, but not ideal. And, ooh, Jukes MrMorec notices, though, on the tail of Crazy's Ville.
He is. I'll tell you what. Crazy's making more work for it here. He's in the middle of doing a lot of stuff, and he's got this guy just running around poking at him.
Hmm. Yeah, really good control here from Crazy as he even maybe disrupts the hunt there a little bit, and MrMorec brings a second fill. This is really paying off already. This is what I'm worried about for MrMoric's map though. Is like, what's his play now? He knows there's a forward Ville, and he has no idea where the crossing is. Right, the crossing being so far away from MrMoric's like intuitively, this is going to be really tricky for him to spot as he stays on the
I think
heels of this Ville, but there's a hill here, so maybe Crazy takes the fight, or maybe he
Crazy's
waits
gonna
for
go.
backup.
He's gonna go for that quick Persian rush here. I mean, he did a great job with his gazelle up there, and he's got 2 more vills coming. He clearly wants to pop down some racks and get going.
Yeah, but with what? He's got 4 vills on food. That's just these berries, and they're about to run out. If he builds another barracks, like, where is he gonna get food for that? He's only got 200 food in the bank. Like an axe rush, he can't even get all the techs. So it's gonna be dicey. We're gonna have to see what he does for food back at home. Meanwhile, the Ville's building that racks there in the kind of a really good spot. It's not super aggressive, but I like that it kind of defends that crossing. And at this point, he shouldn't be like really aware of the fact that there's only one crossing. But I mean, if he's banking on there only being one here, it's massive for him. Inland can spawn with up to 3 crossings, but as few as one, right? So really dicey for MrMorec here as it looks like he's gonna go for some slinger defense, and he's just so much later. He's an extra Ville. He's 2 Vills up, right? But uh,
Here comes our first clubber coming in.
yeah, first club comes in, the second Max comes down, Axeman on the way. Same with armor.
Oh,
Sling
he-
defense.
so Winston, one of the things you always talk about how is the people that have the deep are not the ones that get the deep. It's the other side, and I'm wondering if these 2 vills that Crazy's got going up here, if he's going to be the guy to do the first dock,
I
and
think
it
he
looks
will.
like it. on all that fish.
I think he will. Mork just didn't have the wood income. Like, he had to walk his ville so far for that forest. He's just kind of screwed. He's gonna have to focus fully on defending this axe rush with slings, and gets kind of a nice quick wall, trapping some of his vills in, and Slinger's on the way. So it could be possible for him to defend this, but the axemen are in the front of his base already, and it looks like we might see a dock soon from Crazy on that north side. Although he did need to figure out some food income first. Market comes down for Mork as well. His vills go idle. Only one elephant remains. Actually, no, two elephants remain. 250 food on those as the Axers get their first slaps in, and Mork's under a lot of pressure already.
Well, Mork has decided to go slings here, but he doesn't have any safe stone.
No safe stone, no safe map. Like, his map is just so exposed. Like, against a civ like Persian, I really wonder if he should have called the restart with this map. We'll see though. I mean, he got some vills to the left here, looks like. Yeah, some 4 vills made it to the far left. He's gonna have to surrender his town center and his initial slingers, which you need to stay alive. You need these to live, right? In order to survive against this rush, and I'm just not sure he's gonna be able to do it as he's gonna have 6 slingers. He's got the upgrade. And a threat as he sends 3 vills across the map, maybe finding the crossing. One will die, another will lead it away, and maybe he gets away. If one vil goes across, that could be his counter pressure, right? Oh man. I think he's going to be able to somewhat start to clear up these axemen. The
Yeah,
first one's going to go down here.
he's got to get some more stone. How much stone does he have left?
He's got
Mork?
30, and he's got 3 in queue, so he can make another 3 slingers beyond the 3 in queue.
Well,
Crazy
that's
though.
going to put an end to
Idle.
the Axers.
Yeah, if he gets up to 10, you know, he'll be able to hold off this. But what's Crazy doing behind this? I'm not quite sure. Like, he's just kind of hanging out. He stopped producing all the units, all vills. Is he trying to, like... Is he just trying to bronze? Like, no way, right? Or is he trying to find a dock spot?
Well, he has a dock spot with it too. He's had 2 idle vills for quite a while in the Northeast,
Yeah.
which is that's 10% of his eco that's been just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, and he all in. I think he's considering bronze. He's at... He might have disconnected. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. That was weird. He was completely idle on production. I was confused about that. Okay, so what do we do? Oh man, we haven't had a disconnect in like a year. No, in like 2 years. Hmm. We've had drops at the load in, but that's just all age games have that, right? Let's see. Huh. I guess we replay this, right? I think we should replay this, right, guys?
I think so. I think that's just.
This wasn't
I
close
think it's
enough
the
to
fair thing to do.
decisive. I think restart here. It was, yeah, just restart. I hope this isn't an issue going into the series. I know Crazy's on vacation and on a laptop, but yeah, I mean his rush was going super well. It makes sense now when you look back on it how Mork was able to kill so many axers for free there. Didn't really make sense.
Yeah, I mean, he started off playing like crazy, and he ended up playing like me. So you knew something was wrong.
The infamous self burn. Yeah, we'll just restart that. Rami, the lobby's up.
Coming.
Let's go. So game 1 on the restart block there. Sadly, we had a disconnect. Classic. It's actually not classic. Sad that that happened today. Players sharing colors. Looks like they want a co-op versus nobody. Crazy go P2. All right, we're almost ready. Hmm. So if we think back, like, what does this restart mean for Mork here? He's got a bit more insight as to what's going to happen and probably a better map, right? He can't get a worse map than he had last game, right? Already it looks better
No.
just by a glimpse as Mork has the blue
Well,
pieces
you say that,
information.
but where's Morik's gazelle?
Behind
Oh,
the
there they
behind
are.
the stone. He's
They're
fine.
the
He's
best stone.
fine. He's got a deep sea, he's got forest. Like this is what you want as Phoenician, right? A little tricky Gazelle. Morek will handle that just fine. Maybe one of them might go below. I think he'll get 4 or 5 of those at least, which is enough, especially when you have the potential for that dock early with Phoenician and the extra wood. Meanwhile, Crazy, his berry's a little unhelpful. Extra Gazelle on the south, well, an extra Gazelle, yeah, on the south, and an elephant. So Crazy's map, by comparison, has also gotten a bit better. I would say he's got safe stone, a more wallable map than before. I think
Yeah,
both
turns
players are
out.
coming out of this okay.
Yeah, Mork again. He's got the deep. If he, it's not overwhelmingly great or anything, but it certainly could help in the early stages of the game if he ends up at the dock there.
I mean, 6 fish is absolutely worth, right? So definitely go to that, especially 4 of them being whales. But again, the Ville doesn't have a lot of line of sight, right? So it's hard to spot that early on in the game. You kind of have to intuit it, right? As yeah, more candles to Gazelle. Fine. He'll get 4 of those. Yeah, 2 of them went down. A little sad for him that 2 went down into the crevice. Gonna be really, really tricky to get those out, if not impossible. Hmm. Let's take a look at
Yeah,
the
he's
crossings here. Crossings are one directly in the center of the map, and that's it. So a lot more even this time. Oftentimes the crossing can determine who, gets that early pace. We can check out the mini map. There it is. You think that's 2 docks for the dock block? Hmm. I'm checking Baltoon's comment. No, that's 1 right there. Yeah, that's 1. So let's see. What are your thoughts so far? Like, do you think they both players play the exact same strat as the kind of restart game as Crazy dropped?
I don't think Crazy will. I just feel like he found the crossing really early last time, and his pathing took him straight to downtown Morkville. Um, we're 4 minutes in yet, and he hasn't even really started. He's just now sending a bill out. So I don't. I think he. I don't think he's going to go as aggressive as he did last time.
I mean, I think I think Crazy is playing this one a lot different. He's got the double hunt, and he's about to find this elephant in the south if he can get past this lion, which is out microing Crazy for a moment there. Like, I think that this position is going to be a lot different. I think both players might be considering defensive play, as maybe I lied about that, as Mort comes out across the map with 2 vills, maybe looking to rush, or just find a dock spot. I'm not sure.
Well, it certainly does. It certainly does feel like Crazy's going for the defensive play, and maybe he's going to go for the quick bronze. I mean, he's going to pop a pit down here, pick up the fast food on these gazelle. Um, but he if he does, he's going to have to get some safe gold if he does go for the fast bronze, and he didn't have any back in this corner.
If you take a look at the populations, both players neck and neck, it looks like Crazy going to be going past 20 pop, which does indicate a potential bronze or a delayed slinger defense. I'm not sure. Morek looking for the click soon. 19 pop click up has the artifact to help maybe give him insight onto the crossing, and Mork just dropping a dock early. And is he gonna like this dock? I'm not sure. There's only 1 fish way to the south, so it might give him some military control, but he's gonna have to add another dock if he wants eco from this later. And well, Crazy still not up. No, Crazy clicks up at 21. Okay, so yeah, 21 pop sling defense, a little delayed. You can have to do that with slings. I'm glad he didn't wait too much longer. We'll see what his plan is really gonna be here. Does he want to dock the south, just try to wall off the whole front? Not surprised.
Well, if he does do slinger defense, depending what happens here, both of his stone piles are very vulnerable to scout ships. If Morik ends up deciding to scout around here with boats, he'll see those two.
I mean, maybe. I I guess like yeah, if he adds the scout trips, it could be good. But I think he's just adding those. I don't think the scout trips are going to get there for a long time, right? It's interesting though. That's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know if that'll come into play though. Like we'll see, we'll see. As Crazy didn't
Well,
get
it
the elephant on
depends.
the south.
If this turns into a slinger fest, right? Um, that initial 150 stone needs to be replenished, right? As you take losses, and
Hmm.
it could be a little dicey if that's what happens here. And
Crazy.
again, Mork's got foes, so he's got a lot of wood. Here comes the first clubber.
Yeah, first clubber coming in, and yeah, like you're saying, a lot of wood. But look at look at Crazy's food count. Like he's gonna be able to mass slings for a while here. As now Morik push back and Crazy going for the walls already. I like this play. I think his map kind of is good for it, and that could be really bad for Morik if he's not careful. But Morik, yeah, Morik's playing this really well. Just two clubbers to get that info, to get some pressure, to help his rush out, but he's doing slings behind this. Offensive slings, really nice play here, and he's actually even going to get into the eco here, unless Crazy's really on point and walls this in time. Not able to, oh, it might be close. Not able to, but he's got slingers that he could send up there, so it's not actually that big of a deal. We look on the sea, yeah, Mork with just two fishing boats for now, adding the market for the slinger upgrade, a third fishing boat actually. They're just so far away from the dock. A nice wood pit there with the shorefish. Mork's base back at home, mostly abandoned now. Not a lot there. Didn't find the deep on the left yet. Could be later in the game that he goes there. Hmm.
Oh,
Clubbers get
yeah,
cleaned up.
yeah, those two clubbers, they're just, yeah, wouldn't want to be those guys. Sent in with no weapons, no armor, no nothing.
Yeah. You give it a stick and said charge, and they
Yeah,
die,
nope.
accomplish nothing. Actually, they did slap one Vil. Maybe worth it if you have an MMA career in the future.
All right.
Um, Crazy though, three racks, slinger upgrade, already in, I believe. Yeah, great start for him. Look at that queue. I love seeing that. Right, like you're able to do three racks with the market early, and like your biggest problem right now is you're getting housed because you have so much food. Oftentimes you run out of food a little earlier than this, and now Mork's gonna be in some trouble if he gets caught here. Six slingers not going to be enough to take on the reinforcements from Crazy. That first scout ship's out, so maybe you're right. I mean, maybe this will really matter that his wood is on the or stone is on the coast, but I'm not really seeing it just yet. As the slingers will take down the first ship quite quickly. One scout ship getting a kill though, contributing to the fight quite a lot. Does get demolished though, and Crazy.
I pulled him back just too late, 1 second too late. Otherwise, I could have brought him back.
Yep. This is going to be a dicey position here for Morik. He's going to have to find a way to make this work. With two racks only against three, plenty of pump for the Persian player here. Crazy, though. Not getting the same economic growth, right? As you see, two Vil lead there for Morik. He wasn't producing Vils, but fishing boats, rather. Leaving all of his food for the slings, but he's going to get overrun in the middle for now. Well, actually, with the hill and reinforcements, nah, he's just going to get overrun. Really dicey, really dicey. What does Mork do from here? Wall the middle, maybe?
Well, I think if he goes pretty big with boats, I think that's going to help him quite a bit.
He's adding another scout ship. And Crazy's transition here to farm's already looking good as well. I mean, you gotta start to get worried though. He's gonna have a bigger army. Maybe Crazy picking up the reinforcements from the racks immediately, spawn camping these guys. Crazy's gonna have a really good position here. Looking into the middle of the game here, 14 minutes in. Timeline dead even. Slight military lead for Crazy. Mork though with a bit more fishing boat. And the dock itself. I mean, Crazy saw the scout ship, right? So he knows there's a dock. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a dock soon from him. I just like that prioritization of the farms here a bit, even on inland. Just to make sure that he doesn't get caught by a quick bronze as he adds more and more slingers. Still pumping three racks, kills the second house on the front.
Well, now Mork he's walled the one crossing here, so in order to get across, I mean, Crazy's gonna have to he's gonna have to fight his way on the sea, and I suspect Morek's gonna go big C here.
Yeah, Mork getting housed probably from this. Not quite, but adding in, yeah, basically going 2 dock scout ships. So you kind of called it. A second layer of walls as well to try and hold this position. Bringing back his slingers as well to hold the choke point, and it looks like he's going to try and find some damage, but there's really nothing to hit on the water except for, like you said, the slingers, but the stone income, but that's just not going to matter anymore. I mean, Crazy's floating 300 stone. He should probably stop mining in the first place. Um, as he adds that, what is that, 14th farm, and we're going to be looking at a potential bronze threat soon if Crazy stops production. As now Morek brings his ships to the fold. He has the range upgrade, so he can technically kite these. It's just not easy. And we'll see. Gonna come down to the micro, and Crazy's gonna, yep, get him with a nice right click, and look at the damage. One scout ship almost going down there, but he's got Vills forward to repair. And maybe we'll see some Bronze Age this game. What are you thinking?
Oh, definitely going to see some Bronze Age. I mean, you know, with this triple wall here tells you kind of what Morek is planning to do. So clearly we're gonna see bronze in this game.
Crazy forced to fall back now. Crazy still producing a lot of slingers though. Morek
I
on the way
think
to
this
bronze.
I think this C advantage is really going to pay off for Morek though.
Yeah, Mork's already on his way to bronze with those fishing boats. He does have less true vills though, right? So if he
First
somehow
stock
finds a way to lose the sea,
first stock for Crazy's going up, trying to go up,
under
but
pressure though, 2 vills go down already. That's a huge pickup for Morek actually. Grabbing those vills is really nice, and continuing to camp the racks here gets a bunch of slinger kills, but losing a bunch of slings on this assault, it was not going to go anywhere as the scout ships get healed up. And wow, Morek with really nice control here, and that scout ship was honestly perfectly placed to deny. As Crazy gonna need to look for that bronze age soon, still producing slingers. Maybe he'll cancel when Morek hits bronze. He's got enough where he should just cancel and go bronze, right? Like it, time is becoming of the essence, as they say, as Morek looks like he's going to go with some Phoenician cavalry early on. He's got 8 bills on gold, or 7 on gold, or whatever. 7, not 8. Yeah, getting the attack upgrade. Looks like some cav on the way.
a lot of farms Crazy's got going.
Yeah, Crazy's land economy is better, but he's competing with a really nice sea economy from Morek. And Morek's got the sea as well to prevent any craziness right now.
Touche.
Any craziness, yeah, touche, right? Like, he's got this huge slinger mass, though, so these initial cav, unless Morek gets, like, really nice engagements, I'm not seeing how these cav are going to do a ton of damage early. Crazy's pretty much walled, unless his slingers are way out of position, which they kind of are right now. He should be okay. Morek, if he transports, as Magma just called out in the chat, maybe a transport around the back of the walls could do a lot of damage. That actually would be a game ender here, but I feel like it's a bit unlikely. The stables are in the front. He's going to kind of show his hand. We got Wheel on the way, War Galley on the way, double stable cav as well.
Yeah, this whole investment in the sling army is just outdated now. It's just kind of worthless.
Yeah, and the cav are going to come across now. I don't think Mork really showed it, but Crazy on his way up to bronze as well. It's going to be a
So
little bit too late, maybe, actually.
how does Crazy stop a landing here? I mean, it's going to be really tough to do.
Without a dock, I don't think you do. War Galley with +2 range is going to be devastating as the cav potentially find their way in. Does the quick wall work? Does the quick wall work? The quick wall works! Wow! Incredible opening. He deletes the wall though. Oh, he tried to trap him in. Didn't work. Bold moves there. Quick wall does succeed, saving a potential run-in, which would have just been disaster if those 3 cav got in, or 2 cav, whatever it was. And they even took a little bit of damage, not as much as maybe Crazy wanted, as Morek gonna bring his slingers to trying to defend this, but this is gonna get really dicey. The War Galley is just shredding the slingers here, and the cav coming in as well. Gonna get a nice surround. Morek, though, playing it patiently, knows that time is on his side, doesn't have to throw his army away. Gonna maybe look for the engagement soon. Ugh, took a lot of damage there. Not pretty, as Crazy does get to the Bronze Age. With Persian, though, what are we going to see? Compies here looks like the play. Crazy could almost go Iron with the food he has, but no near enough gold, I guess, as
Yes.
looks like Crazy's going to have to call GG as, yeah, MrMorec just got a huge surround there, has the positional advantage. Crazy just couldn't really get anything going. I think some of the mistake there was just the number of slingers produced from these racks when he wasn't getting any value from them. I think MrMorec did a good job faking him out, but I think as soon as Crazy camped these racks, I think you have to respect the potential threat of the bronze. Maybe what gave it away was that MrMorec didn't boom with Vills, really. He only boomed with C, which maybe made it a bit deceiving, the Vill count. Because if MrMorec hadn't idled his TC as much as he did, maybe he had like a 12 Vill lead there, and that would have maybe given away the strategy to Crazy, and he maybe could have played it a bit different. But there, looks like Crazy just fell into the trap of overproducing, and really nice play here. MrMorec just got to be able to win this fight and bust through the wall. So really no way to defend this. Maybe you try and wall here, but then he just repeats it here, right? So you're not going to get enough compy out in time with the gold in the fronts. Tough game one there for Crazy, but MrMorec picking up the first win. Got to be feeling good, right?
We're still early, very early in this lineup here, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of twists and turns yet to come.
Yeah, Crazy had a really good start that game. I'm kind of shocked that he dropped it there and kind of in the mid game.
I think if he had adopted the same strategy that he did in the first one, I think it would have gone a lot better for him. But
Yeah,
you know, he
that's
just and defensive on an inland map where a Phoenician player can just prevent you from ever doing crossing, etc. That's a tough road to hoe.
yep. And we move back into our draft real quick. Let me pull it up for you all. Um, it was a little bit ago, but we're back. So Persians going down to Phoenicians. Oh, misclick, misclick. Okay. So what do you think we pull up next here? Going into Hill Country, what are your predictions? Is this where we see Mork pull out Shang just because might as well get a win here with them, or do you think he does something
I
like
think
Mace?
Shang. Yeah, no, I think more goes. I'm gonna say Mace on Hill. He loves to rush, and that's going to give him just a little bit of edge to try to find his opponent. So I think there's a Mace option here. I think you save Shang for Oasis on Mork's side.
That's what I was thinking. Do you save Shang and just is this where you pick Palmy? You have some momentum from game one. Do you throw in the Palmy now to see maybe you could get a good counter pick if I don't know.
I think Palmy's better in Conti because you're going to have food in Conti, and um, I,
Right.
I- so I think you save that. I mean, what are you saving Mace for, right?
I see. Yeah, I guess that's a
Highland, I
good call.
guess.
Yeah, I mean the Hill Country Highland, same difference, right?
But it's a strong sieve in Hill, and if he wants to get if he wants to get to 2-0 and try to go for the demoralize Crazy by losing. Oop, better click here.
Well, yeah, looks like a
Um,
player drop. Yeah, Morek had Mace and Crazy had Karth, so you called it exactly with Morek picking up Mace here. The Macedonian playing Mace, it's just too quintessentially AoE one. As we dive in to game number two, semifinals on the way. Exciting time.
I always love this part. I mean, it never gets old. We've done this 100 times, Winston.
A
That
thousand times, bro. I
it's
think
still
we've guessed
fun.
so
It's
many
just still
games.
fun.
Yeah, like 100 series. No, no, we've done more than 100 series. We've done like 300 series, and each one's been at least above three. So it's at least 2 games, right? Like, it's been a lot of games. A lot of games of Classic Cup on this channel. Really
Really
awesome.
has.
As we dive in, Mace, Civ with the extra line of sight on those villagers, so you'll see that scout Scoutingville going out further on the map, looking for those resources early. Oftentimes, those advantages in the pure land map is finding these elephants on the map, like finding your gazelle early. And Mork really has a map to make use of it, right? These elephant kind of in his like third ring usually, right? But with Mace, maybe the second ring picks those up and could really set him off to a good opening. And offensively, that line of sight used to position your Vil really well. You can get really dangerous barracks placements because they don't see your Vil and you see their eco.
Yeah,
High
I think
Flygon.
Morek's off to a really good start. Not very defensible map, but he's already found everything he needs to work this map for a little bit.
Uh,
I think we see a rush from Morek.
you think so? With this
I
map,
think
yeah,
so.
potentially.
I think his maps too is not defensible, so the defense play here is not very. It's not very exciting. Once he gets his economy going here, he gets his guys laid down. I think he's going to use the advantage of his line of sight to smoke out where Crazy is, and then I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go for the rush.
Somehow Mork is down half a Vil. Look, I'm switching between, and Mork's down a good like third of a Vil. That's weird. Not the biggest deal, but these little details matter, right? That adds up. Maybe he got housed a bit with his opening. His strags weren't perfect. Like he's gonna have kind of a late initial pit, but we'll see. Crazy on the other hand, with Karth, always such a smooth civ. Never has a bad opening. Those extra resources in the opening just make everything nice. But you're saying you're calling the rush here from work, right? Like,
And
hmm. Are you sure?
and so well, you can never be sure
Obviously,
about
yeah,
it.
right.
So
I
here
don't
we
know why I
go.
asked that.
Here we go. Right.
His Vil's coming
And
out.
we'll see which way he goes. But if he just goes straight, like if he ends up going straight to 9, which is would be a reasonable thing to do, or to go at, he might miss though. He might go straight to 8, in which case he's going to miss. And if he breaks to 6, that could be problematic because he might not find Crazy until late. It depends on which way this guy breaks.
And Crazy has two Vils scouting out the north, so he might actually find Morik. Morik, yeah, breaking towards 6, like you said. This is interesting. He's heading south now with the Vil, and I just don't know. Like, is he just gonna totally whiff on this? If he and we've seen this before on this map. It's large. It feels very like expansive, right? Like if you misplace your racks, like I think you just can't risk it, right? You can only racks if you know there's economy there, right? So we might see that play into a more defensive game, as
Oh,
Mork should be okay.
but he turned the correct way. Like when he got far enough towards 8 o'clock, he had a choice. It was either go 6 or go 9, and he's decided to go 9. So the rush is on.
Crazy finds one elephant, pulls it back. Mork is going the right way now. He's figured it out. Triangulation complete. Potentially. I don't know. He didn't scout the south. Oh, but he's got to spot this surely, right?
He's going to see it
Oh,
for sure.
or does he give up?
And
Oh no, he saw the gold now, right?
he's going to know he's there. And remember, with Mace, if he plays this right, he can see them and not be spotted.
And it's a big pickup if he finds it, but he's just barely missing. This doesn't see, I think. Oh, or does it? Really spicy. And what is this? Crazy just with a YOLO barracks. I don't like this at all. Crazy now gonna have to try and find a way to deal damage with this. And look at Morik's placement. Really, really good. I guess he did see that house there. Really nice.
Yeah, it's easy to forget just how big a view area that line of sight is for Mace.
hmm Into Secondville on the north as well of the town, so maybe even gonna fake it out, but this might give away the positioning.
Crazy knows he's getting rushed. He's got a Ville right next to the racks, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, indeed. As he's gonna have to figure this out. He's got a clubber now going out into the base. Actually, two clubbers now going out into Morik's eco, though. So if he gets upgrades, he should be okay. But clubbers from both players. As now the axe timing is going to be vital here. Both players going for probably an axe rush. This will be a bloody fast game. Likely, as we get a pause from Crazy. Maybe a little laggy. Frut, Fruck Sorry, I struggle with that name. Hey, how's it going? It's now crazy.
I mean, that
Ah.
barracks is so, I mean, that's almost a property right infringement there. It is in downtown
Yeah,
Crazyville.
but Morek maybe not fully aware of what's going on in his base as the Axemen upgrades. Are they coming in for Crazy? Yeah, they are. Full upgrades coming in for Crazy as well. And he's gonna push Morek off of berries. Force Morek to wall small with his. Meanwhile, on the other side, Axemen already in. Some of the Vills getting pushed. Vills actually though taking a nice fight because Morek doesn't have the armor upgrades just yet. Morek just got armor now, so now these Vills just cannot take the fight. Really good timing there from Morek as tries to quick wall these Axemen out. Gonna try his best, but this one Axeman is gonna be so devastating, especially once that attack upgrades come in. Meanwhile, Morek sending some Vills forward, does spot the barracks in the center of the map, and now really tricky. Morek gets in past the walls, and Crazy's defensive plans might be coming to a swift end here as three Axemen come around the north and the south, pincering these Vills in. They're going to try and take the fight, but with the armor, the Axemen are going to go down, maybe? Ooh, this is really tricky if you're Crazy. Meanwhile, Morek protecting his woodline. The Axeman there, but not going to get damaged for quite some
Oh,
time.
this is rough.
Oh, ow. It hurts. It hurts. Crazy. Gotta be feeling the pain here at the start of game two. Two more Axemen coming as well. Now three Axemen. Oh, the eco just gets absolutely wiped here. And Morek with some Vills on the berries in the middle that don't get spotted just yet. And some Vills on the berries in the north means that these Axemen spams are going to be infinite. Crazy. No Vills on food. He's going to have to call GG here probably. As Morek picks up game two in a devastating fashion. Crazy just couldn't handle Mace there. Couldn't handle the timing. Even with Karth, right? Karth has a generally a faster time.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, no. Oh, well, he's gonna get a pickup here with the assault on the berries.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Morek can just split run. He's got all the time in the world. Let's check timeline. I mean, maybe, yeah, timeline's really, really brutal. I mean, these vills are idle, but Crazy doesn't even have vills that can be idled, so it's kind of a joke. He's got these six in here. Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
he's got wood, right?
What do you do with wood? You need food. He's got two gazelle in there.
Well, he can. Yeah, he's
He can
gonna
dream.
rebuild his TC.
Mork's gonna take a fight here against the Axeman. Now that's brutal. This is just brutal. Mork even finding a storage pit on the south with some elephants. His wood line's still chopping away. They're humming away super efficiently. No issues. Mork had a really good rush this game. That was nice for him. TC actually was rebuilt in the center there, so maybe Crazy gonna try and survive here. It does come at the cost of deleting your starting TC in Tool Age, but very viable.
Well, he just had another vill go down,
And
which
GG
at this
gets called.
point is,
Yeah.
yeah, every
Yeah.
vill at this point is a significant percentage of your population.
Took him a moment, but once he saw the timeline, I'm sure he realized he just got walloped this game. Didn't get a chance to do any damage. As yeah, in the center, another good fight for Mork is going to clean up those remaining Axemen, and Crazy just calls it. Game two is resolved. Stunningly quick there from Mork. Is that a phrase? I think it is. Stunningly. Well, I just made it one.
Yeah, it works for me.
Game three. Game three though. I don't know. How do you feel if you're Crazy at this point, right?
Well, different players have different reaction to this. Sometimes, people really get energized, and we've seen the reverse sweep in the past. So sometimes, players are like, okay, enough playing around. Let's get serious. Others can kind of view it as a defeatist thing. So don't know how Crazy's gonna react with it.
And Oasis is such a brutal map, right? If the Highland or sorry Hill Country went that heavily in favor of Mork with the rush game, where they both mirrored each other's rush, and you had Karth, which is one of the better rushing civs in the game.
Well,
What do
he's
you
burned.
do?
He's burned his Persian, right?
Yeah.
And now he's gonna have to go up against Shang.
With what, Roman?
And I don't know. Yeah,
Maybe
what's he gonna?
Bab, maybe Bab here, but like, oh my gosh, Babylonian game three, like, we'll see. We'll dive in. Game three should be starting soon. Yeah, yeah. Junus pointed this out in the chat that Mork did have more food, but like, that's just something you deal with. I don't know. Like, you kind of have to play your map in this game, right?
Well, and again, that's just one of the advantages of having Mace on that map is
He found
you're going
them.
to know your map. Oh, Shang versus Egyptian. This is
Oh,
lopsided.
oh no, crazy.
This is lopsided.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal. Egyptian, if you guys aren't aware, not the most effective civ on most maps. Not a lot of good bonuses for 1v1s. Although, the cheaper farms may be having an impact here, but the biggest part about playing Oasis is actually finding a spot where you can farm safely. And if you don't do that, you die to the transition. So we'll see as the granary goes down for Morek. Shang going to be such a reliable civ, and this is a beautiful map for Shang. Look at this. His first storage pit on wood is going to have stone and wood. His second biggest item for this map is that he's got two elephants. Two elephants with Shang. He's going to get a disgustingly fast click. He could either go defensive slings with that, offensive slings with that. He could rush with that. He could scout rush with this map potentially. I doubt we'll see that, but he could. Meanwhile, Egyptians for Morek, or sorry, for Crazy. I don't know what he's going to do with this. His map, by comparison, a lot worse. No close Ellies. Stone kind of exposed with nothing really close to it. I guess he's got the woodline there. Ugh. How do you feel if you're Crazy now? If you could see this map and zoom out and no fog it, what would you say?
Well, I think what Crazy's got to be thinking right now is, gee, I hope Mark's map is bad and he does a re. But he's going to find out in 45 seconds. That's not the case.
I don't know. I mean, ugh. It's just going to be tricky, right? Like, especially with Egyptian, right? Especially when you circle it back to that Civ pick. You just gotta be scared for him here. This could be a quick game three, but we'll see.
Well, certainly Mork is going to start his scouting to the east. And, unless something goes horribly wrong, he's going to find them. And we're going to see a repeat of last game's strategy. Now we'll see if he executes and it works as he intends, but I think that's what we're probably going to see from Mork.
Yeah, I mean, it will come down to execution, right? We could talk all about the map, we could talk all about the civs, but those are just talking points, right? Like, we all know deep down that it's really about who executes the strategy better, right? Rather than who's given the better map. We see that all the time. Hmm. Gonna be tricky.
We
Nonetheless.
got Yeah, and we got an art that's moving, which is again just another slight little positive that Mork gets to use that to kind of scout around.
Yeah, scouting with the artifact. Gonna get maybe some intel here as to where Crazy is. These players at this point understand how Oasis spawns. Like the player side of the map has generally a bigger distance, whereas if it goes to the wall like this, like and you're kind of close to the edge, there generally won't be a player on that side, kind of. So I think seeing that there's a ton of open space here on the map is basically gonna point a big arrow to this spot. And I don't think Crazy has that information yet on the other side. Really nice Gazelle lure though for him. He's handled this quite well.
I think the art missed. I don't think he spotted him yet with the art.
Yeah, but he spotted the vastness of this area, right? And like if you look on the north side, like you don't have that much space on the north and the top left, like on the northeast and the northwest, right? So if you have all this space between you and the forest and the wall, with any unit that's scouting, it kind of tells you the general area of your opponent, right? It's kind of one of those details, but players have intuitively started figuring this out while they're playing, if not like legitimately understanding it while they're playing, right?
He just found a house, so he knows something's up here.
Yeah, he sees it now. The little car, choo-choo, chugging around. Let's check those eco timings. So Shang almost always going to be faster on the click, and he is by, I don't know, maybe, what is that? 15, 10 seconds maybe? Same eco count though, so Crazy did a really good job with his map, but he's almost out of food. So how is he going to play this looking into the mid game? As he's got a forward Rax, looks like it's going to be trying some sort of axe rush, trying for blood again. I'm not sure if that's a good call. Morc has such a nice map and the faster uptime. He could just go defensive slings, but Morc gonna be just mirroring the barracks. Oh my gosh. What is this? The barracks on the same screen for both players, rushing the same spot. This might be how Crazy can get some advantage here, as if he gets Axeman in fast to Morc's economy. Where is Morc from? Morc is from Macedonia. Or, sorry, it's called North Macedonia now, I believe. That is what that flag is, which is fun because Mace is also a Civ in this game, right? So Mork likes to pick that. He won last game with Mace. It's kind of a fun flavor thing.
Actually, now that you point that out, that would have been an embarrassment for him if he'd have lost with his countrymen.
It's true. It's true. Do we have any Indian Chinese Civs here in AoE? Shang. Mork is currently playing Shang, which is a Dynasty of China, one of the early ones. It is basically our Chinese representation.
We got 3 clubbers waiting for their upgrades.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good rush for Crazy.
He went in though without the armor. He could end up getting, those guys could get boned. Nope, there it is. He's got the armor.
He's got the armor, and Axeman upgrades in as well. This is really looking good for Crazy. The entire economy of Mork has been idled. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Axeman does get in as well, and scouts for Mork. I said we wouldn't see scouts, but there it is. The boy with the horse and a stick is moving on. I don't know, though. This is tricky. His entire economy has been idled, and there's even Axeman coming from the north. There is no escape. There's just a Rax up here randomly for Crazy. Crazy may be trying to deny that central wood line, as he even has an Axeman on the Southernville patch. Mork is entirely idle. Look at his economy. No Ville's working whatsoever. 2 scouts on the map. Is that going to be enough to do any damage? Potentially is. 1 scout going to try and take the fight. Crazy, though, going to be taking it with the Villes, and not a lot of value so far from Mork's aggression on the other side of things. That first farm is up for Crazy. That is only 60 wood, and it's so important on this Oasis map. There's just no other food, really. So you have to defend your farms or find food way out in exposed regions on the map. Meanwhile, Morek finds these berries in the center, but there's a Vil and an Axeman there as well. That's going to give it away. Meanwhile, the Vils in the north being chased away as well. Crazy. Is he looking for some sort of neutralization in this series? Could he potentially pull this together? It's going to come down to this scout micro for Mork. He has to reciprocate the damage that's been dealt to his own economy. Meanwhile, some crazy-ass quick wells coming in from Mork. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Crazy. Going to be blocking them. Going to be stopping it. The Axeman's going to get in. He doesn't have the attack upgrade, but he's got a Vil in there as well. This is going to be so devastating for Mork. Oh my gosh, Ramwi. I think he's done it.
Crazy took lemons and turned it into lemonade on this one.
The Egyptian axe rush. Oh my gosh, he's done so much damage with this so far, and the Axeman still alive back there, but will go down. The Villager bopping away. Only 4 Vils in there. If he gets another Vil kill, that's insane. Only 3 Vils remain in there, and a Slinger could just pop out at any time. Meanwhile, the Villagers are Crazy on a mass migration, not wanting to deal with those scouts anymore, as maybe a bit of a base trade. The Axeman chasing. The Lion joins the fray. Another Lion joins the fray. Lion has 2 kills
and he
in this
loses.
game.
Two to Lions.
2 low HP Vills go down to Lions. What a gamer moment. Pew, 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 pew. As now the wood line goes down there for Crazy. Just going to be chopping around his barracks is a wise call. Oftentimes players do this. Move your economy to where you have military. When you rush forward, really, really crazy stuff here from Crazy. It's hard not to be amazed by this game so far. Definitely delivered. I'm so shocked that Mork did scouts. I was joking when I said he could go scouts, but he thought maybe he could get away with it. He's got 3 on the map. The Axeman there to defend for the time being. No attack upgrade. Mork does have all ups. So it could get dicey. But we could be seeing, pretty soon the TC delete. Maybe he just rebuilds here. As the Axeman does find the eco here again. Not going to find much. Actually getting a Vil kill. As the scouts do bring it down.
Every build counts at this point for Mark.
I mean, 4 scouts. I mean, Moric's got no pop. Like, Moric is screwed here, right? Like, where does Moric have eco? Am I missing it? He's got 2 Vils in there.
He's got
5 there.
3 at home.
Oh, that guy doesn't have any legs. I can't click on this, and I'm missing action trying to click on that. Okay. Missing stuff. Just a bit of jostling here for position. That Vil will go down. The Scout Wolf Pack is growing. 5 on the board already. But Crazy with the TC delete. Gonna find himself 2 berries and wood. And a lot more Vils still. Like a lot more Vils.
Yeah, they're getting kind of sharpshooter, He's going out and he's picking them one at a time.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the farm's now coming down and gonna try for some walls, but the Axemen are there to defend. He's got a 5th Axeman now with those berry food finally supporting his eco a bit, and more just takes the Vil kill, but loses some HP on the scouts, and now 2 slingers as well in the mix for more. Can he take a fight here against just 4 Axemen? I think he has the numbers that could take this fight. I am nervous here for Crazy now as the Axemen take the engagement, does slap 1 scout down. Axemen's so strong in this early game, but their power, their window is starting to fade. The slinger count growing. 3 now.
He's got a hole.
Yeah, this is really brutal. Takes the engagement. Crazy. He's got the Axeman. They're going down, though. The Slinger's supporting fire is just so much. MrMorec somehow, some way, has massed an army behind this. And Crazy's got to be shaking his head in disbelief right now. He just lost his army again.
Yes.
And he calls GG. That was insane. MrMorec didn't have any economy working. Just this one elephant gave him like that 3 more scouts, and it was enough. Crazy wasn't able to stay on top of the Vils here as well, and my gosh, I'm surprised by that. I'm really surprised by that. He killed a lot of the Vils in here. His economy at home was working much more. Where did this fall apart for Crazy? I don't understand.
I think he chose. Maybe it started with where he chose to move to the wood line. Basically announcing, "Here are all my bills," right?
Yeah, and
I don't know. It looked really bad for Mork there when he was chasing Mork's entire economy away from his starting base. It looked really bad for him.
yeah, but it's insane to me that he just won that game. Like, how did MrMorec win that? How did Crazy let that slip? I'm not sure. It just like, was it the decision making on the TC location? Should it have been over here? Should he have maybe tried and walled a little before? Like, did he not have enough food for wall? Maybe he needed a range earlier. I'm not sure. Maybe the second Brax on the north was a bit overkill. Maybe he got enough value from the first. I don't know. It's really tough. It's really tough to predict, but I mean, match point for MrMorec. Match point for MrMorec. I can't believe already. So fast, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, Mork is a stunningly good player, but I'm still surprised it's 3-0. Crazy is also a fabulous player. I surprised that we're at 3-0 right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, it's tough to keep calling it crazy, but the situation is just so wild, right? Like, I guess maybe a lot of this we could talk about again. The map was better for MrMorec, and so was the Civ pick, right? Like,
Yeah, the only thing I can guess is that Crazy just ran out of food. I mean, he didn't seem to be capable of building a large enough army to defend against what Mork was able to throw at him. But
this could,
that's the Shang versus Eggy
uh,
dynamic that you just knew it was going to be rough from the start.
yeah, the second he picked Egyptian, I had doubt. Hmm.
All right, so this is Conti, right? And it looks like we've got Greek versus Yam.
Greek. Oh, that's not good. That's not good
Well,
for
It
crazy here.
depends. It depends. You know, the one thing that you really get that's nice on Greek early in the game is you get the super fast fishing boats, and if he gets it deep, you know, that could be that could be just like infinite food.
I don't know, man. I'm doubting it for real at this point, right? Like,
I don't think it's as big of a sieve gap as the last one though. I
uh,
think yeah, I think because here's why. Here's why. With the most consistent map generator, I feel like, is probably Oasis. And Conti is a highly variable one. So this could turn out to be really good or really bad for Crazy. If he gets lucky, Greek could turn out to be a good pick.
oh, I dropped. Did you drop?
I dropped.
Okay, hopefully everybody dropped. The worst thing that could happen, from my perspective, is that I'm the only one that drops because I'm broadcasting the games. Yeah, he's gonna need map luck, right? Right, like he's gonna need map luck, and I guess you could say that that's making the Civ matchup better, but like, is it? ROR is Rise of Rome. It's the original AoE. Basically, the first expansion pack from Age of Empires 1 was called the Rise of Rome. But that was way back in the day. That came out in like 96, right? Yeah, it's cool that you guys are talking about some Red Bull stuff. Got a little news about that. Got a little news. Not sure if we can share just yet. I didn't ask. But that probably just
Well,
gave it away.
that's a big tease then.
That's probably a big tease. I think the winner of Classic Cup should be invited to the castle straight up. I mean, I wouldn't hate it. D community paid for the game. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about now. I'm getting lost. Y'all are in some fifth dimension. Or I'm in the fifth dimension. I don't know. I'm just so befuddled right now over Crazy dropping that game. Like, that insane to me. Like, you have to wonder about this performance this series compared to his performance last series, right? In the quarterfinals. Could it be could it be lag after the he dropped in game 1, right? Could that just be lag? And Mork gets three shorefish pit there. Let's check the right side. The important stuff on Conti that we're looking for is a wood line with shorefish on the coast. And doesn't look like Mork got super lucky in that department. Morek, on the other hand, didn't pick up on it right away. Went for the berry start, but could have done a 2 shorefish wood pit, which would have been a really good start there. And he's got another 3 shorefish pit here with a gazelle patch as well. He'll probably end up pushing this, getting it out of the way. Drink
Th-
water? What do you mean? I did drink water, Gilgamesh. Did I say something weird? Something happened? Whatever.
This is gonna be a tough game, I think, for Crazy here. His map is open, and Morik's got a pit start with Yam, and he loves to rush, and this could be tough.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Two strags is enough to make this worth it. It's tricky though. We'll see if Mort can actually make this fully work. 3 shorefish with strags? I don't know if that's like an optimal opening. It can be, but it's risky. Hmm. Mark does have that shorefish pit kind of on the right, but it's a little blocked by that berry. I don't know if he can even put a pit here. But he spotted it. He's probably going to try. Has to get the alligator out of the way first, as Crazy pushes in his gazelle on the north side. See, Morek.
Yeah, I think the task here for Crazy is going to be to survive the rush. If he does, uh, then I think it's game on. It's going to be very exciting.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm sure Morik's going to rush again.
Yeah, he's got to rush. He's going to do it. He's got to go to Ville scouting on the right side, or sorry, an artifact scouting the right side. Hmm. I don't understand what you're gonna do here if you're in Crazy's position. I don't think Greek is gonna give you what you're looking for with this start. We'll see. We'll see. Timeline. Already even Morec with a Vil lead, able to sustain pump a bit better. And I'm not sure. It doesn't look like Morc's gonna rush aggressive. He went for a pit here on the stone mine, picking up 2 more shorefish, pretty far away, but with Yam, the extra movement speed on those villagers gonna be nice for him. Able to move a bit more.
Well, it's also allowing him, I mean, he's getting maximum benefit out of that shorefish pit with his EM speed.
It has really safe stone, which isn't something that Crazy's going to be able to deny. He does spot the big stone and the big gold here momentarily, which will give away the positioning. So now he knows that he's in the right area to hit the economy of Morec as he drops that granary finally, and we're going to see Morec with a pretty good click here. Actually, not really, pretty even click across the board. Both a little late. There's always a chance. I know more. I know there's always a chance, Veritas. But you gotta be nervous here if you're Crazy, right? Like, he's played so well throughout this tournament. And this has just been such a brutal opening. But I don't know. We'll see. He's got the Shorefish Wood Pit now. Could help him get a lot of Axemen out fast. He's got a nice Gazelle push, something that Morc didn't really get. His timing could be really good here. I think this might work.
Oh, I think, yeah. So all the action is going to start here in the next couple minutes. We've got two more bills going out, and they're going in the right direction. So I think we're going to see a little bit of scuffle going on here pretty quick.
Yeah, but Crazy's painter got spotted. He idled it in the berries, so Morc took that opportunity, gave him a lesson in proximity. That's funny. A lesson in proximity to the berry pickers, and they absolutely walloped him. And he's basically 0 HP. Yamato gonna catch up pretty soon. You can see he's threatening. He's threatening. He's like, I gotcha, and then he gets him.
Whop.
Wop indeed, as these villagers for Morc get close, and nice barracks placement. Keep in mind he had an artifact on the right side of the map for most of the early game. Uvil's coming forward for Crazy as well. Let's check the up times. Identical. Literally identical. 19 Vil clicks. Completely identical. That's insane. For a second, I wasn't even sure if I was using the right hotkey to switch between players, because I see this changing and it's identical, but then you look at the other stuff and it's different. So, double racks defensively here for Crazy. What's his game plan gonna be? Club defense? No, sling defense here for
Crazy. He's gonna go slinger defense. He's on the stone, so you see him on the stone. So I think he's gonna try to just kind of wall up a little bit here and go for the slinger defense.
It's confusing then with the 2 forward Vils if you're going to sling defense. Maybe he saw the racks and changed his opinion, realized he wasn't going to be as fast as Morec. But they're up at the same time, wall tech coming in, and suddenly this could look pretty good. He's got wall on the left, wall on the right. He's full walled. No chance for any Axeman to do any damage here, and Morc's full committing to Axeman, by the way. Does he cancel in time? No, armor's in, but the wall is up. Axeman attack is in. He's got fully upgraded Axeman with nothing to hit. Except for
what he's going to do, he's going to go boats. He's going to put a dock down, and then he's going to go
transport first.
Well, he's not even going to transport. He's going to get some scout ships, just pop them, push them forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. There goes the dock. It's going down. Yeah. So I think he's going to surround them, and with the extra hit points on his scout ships, he's gonna keep Crazy from being able to effectively defend there. I think that's the strategy. We'll see if he can pull it off.
For a scout ship on the way, he's got tons of wood in the queue. It's gonna wall him in behind. This is gonna get dicey. He made himself safe, but is he too small? Is he too tight? Will it even work? Axeman gonna be repelled from the initial part of the wall, but this is scary if you're Crazy. You can only escape out the right now, and there's a big group of Axemen there. Is Woodline and Stone Mine about to become intolerable? Intolerable? Not usable? What's the word? Bad?
Useless.
Useless. As now Crazy in some trouble. The Axemen circling around like sharks. Mork might even consider a tower, someone just said in the chat. I'm not sure about that. And there it is. Watchtower upgrade is in, and it's right there. It's going to be going down. That's in range of the Slinger defending, though. It's now... Ooh, really tricky.
Second scout ship out.
Just
Double the
taking
fun.
damage everywhere. The tower coming in. The pressure is on. This isn't quite a TK tower, if you're curious, but it's close. And there's that outpost. Outpost. I'm
think-
so used to AoE4 calling it the outpost.
So do you think that's a G4 or you think that's a G5 tower? Cell tower.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Might be 6G. This is really scary, and the scout ships loop around the north, spotting the Vills there, pushing him out into the wild. The Axemen, though, in waiting. That's a large group of Axemen. Although, if he sees all those Axemen, he might push out with the slings, and he does so. Picks up both forward Vills. That's a really big pickup for Crazy. Crazy, though, needs to find a way to get maybe on the water, maybe to clear out that tower. I'm not sure. It looks like he's going to try and go forward with the slings. Picks up another Axeman. It will go down. But Vills, a little bit of a juke, gets 3 of those 4 Vills that were trapped up there out. See though, and out he comes, spreading out on the map. We're gonna have a really messy game here for Crazy. Gonna trying to defend. The Axeman coming around though. Does Crazy notice in time? Yes, he does. Really good attention to the situation at hand. Gets another Axeman killed. Mork behind this, not producing a lot of units. Crazy population, almost even. But behind this, Mork does have the dock, so 2 fishing boats out already, and this is slowly going to snowball in his favor. Another dock on the south for 2 more fishing boats. So this is going to quickly snowball, and there's a defensive TK tower. There it is, official. As the Vills take out the slings from Morek, in conjunction with the slings of Crazy, as another army of Axemen gets pushed away. And he goes for the turn, but Crazy, very well aware, does push back those slingers. And,
Well, I think one of the things in Conti, you have to take advantage of everything. And you've got sea, you've got land, and Morek is the only one with docks. He's going to get all of this food is being reserved for him, and that's going to give him just an infinite number of whatever it is he wants to make. It's going to be tough without having any sea at all.
yeah, not contesting the water, but, I mean, how can you? He's already got scout ships out with Yamato. That extra HP makes it so tricky on those initial ships to really mount a comeback on the water. I mean, if he goes full slings, I think that's kind of his only strategy at this point. That's really viable. Mork just now getting the upgrade for stone in the slinger attack and range, so could be a little behind in production. Maybe Crazy giving these Axemen that are roaming around a bit too much credit, but maybe he's going to move out just at the wrong time, as I say that.
Charge of the light brigade, here it comes.
Here it comes, coming around the side. Crazy immediately notices, and another Axeman goes down, and another Axeman at 2 HP, so it'll die instantly. A lot of these Axemen are damaged at this point, only one of them at almost full health. As this Rax in the center will just go down with a bit of time. Crazy taking the stone of Morek, so these Vills are at risk, one might say. And another dock potentially for Crazy, or sorry, Morek. Still no dock for Crazy, as this barracks will get taken out.
Morek's got at 12 o'clock. He's got a scout ship, and he wants to make sure that Crazy does not get the chance to put any docks up. So I think he's going to constantly kind of watch the coastline.
It's big though. There's always a chance for a sneak dock somewhere, and I think these, oh no, okay, he's okay, I thought for a second Morek had spotted him somehow, but I guess he would have moved his slings out. As now the Axeman gonna take a bit of damage here. Some of them should die, potentially. Not quite. One does go down, and now with enough slingers at home to defend and food income from those berries, Crazy now moving out. How many slings does he have though? 15 maybe? against, yeah, easily enough to defend. A fourth barracks going down for Morc as well. He's going to easily be able to hold this hill. This economy won't be pressured from crazy. The timeline in favor of Morc heavily. Economy in favor of Morc by 11 eco units. The C has been used very well by him. Match point for Morc. If he takes this game, this could just look so good for him. What a clean series so far from Morec. And was that early game pressure enough?
Yeah, and one of the things that the numbers don't tell you, but you have here, is just map control. I mean, Morek's got the run of the map.
Mm-hmm. And the sea, the water, not contesting the water still. And it's like, how can you, right? Like, Greek doesn't have the economy bonuses needed early game. Yamato, they have a much better opening, right? Those shorefish vills are a lot more efficient. The early scout ships to help contest the water.
No, Morek's on gold. So did he click up?
We'll check, probably. He could probably do whatever he wants. No, that might have been an accident,
Well, he's
actually.
got 3 on there, so it'd be a heck of an accident.
I think he just built the storage pit and the auto went to gold. That happens. Another big fight here. Crazy. Gonna get a better engagement, though. Winning engagement after engagement is kind of his only win
Here we go.
condition.
We're gonna lose some bills. Morek's gonna get walloped here at home.
Oh, big hit. These slingers be bussin'. They hit hard. They hit different.
They do hit different. I'll tell you what. You get them in up close, it feels different.
And on the other side, though, Crazy not going to be winning the fight there. The slingers from Morc able to win. And, well, I mean, this economy for Morc is under pressure, but back at home, not much prettier as the entire economy of Crazy died. Blind casters, maybe? No, he moved some vills to the right. Some vills, slingers going forward for an all-in, it seems. Going to be giving up defenses for now, as slingers move across the left for Morc, and those fishing boats all across the map just going to be too good, as now the scout ship finds a shorefish on the north. 3 vills will easily go down here. There's really no chance they escape that prison. And
That's a death sentence right there.
slingers moving in. Does Crazy have enough to fight uphill into 5 watchtowers? I don't think so.
Well, looks like the 3-alarm fire drill at 6 o'clock is now over. Everybody get back to work and all good.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a big moment there for Crazy, but he only got a few Vil kills. Didn't really lead to enough, and the timeline says it all. A 4-0 would be so devastating for Crazy. Had a ton of support this tournament from his community.
Well, he's played absolutely
He
fantastic.
played so well.
His first matches were just perfection. I mean, he's done really well. But Mark's coming in here and he's playing his top game today too. So yeah, it does look like a tough defeat for Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's no way he's going to really catch up in any categories. Not finding a way onto the water is just going to be brutal for him. There's still that group of axemen as well, so like Vill's just dying everywhere. It's just a matter of time before Morc eventually spots the Seiko on the right. He'll get suspicious, spots the stone bills as well.
Here comes the clap.
You think a fight here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming. They're gonna get clapped between the two.
yeah, this is looking brutal. As Crazy's final stand.
Yes.
He doesn't even let it plan out. Calls the GG. A 4-0 for Morec. Morec just played so well this series. I still am in shock that he won game 3. I still can't quite get over that Oasis win. All of his economy was running. It all seemed like it was over, but somehow was able to squeeze out a few scouts. And with that, pressured Crazy into a full retreat of his economy. And then this game, he just played really well. It's just clean execution. Really nice stuff, guys. Thank you all for coming out to the semis. So keep in mind, we're going to have a a third place match. So it's not over for Crazy. We're gonna have a third place match between him and Vertex, and it looks like it's gonna be MrMorec versus Cool in the finals. If you that was a spoiler, I'm sorry, but we got MrMorec versus Cool in the finals. We'll get to scheduling that, guys. I'm going to. It might be this weekend if both players are super keen, but I think we're trying to aim for next weekend potentially as well. I'll let you guys know. If you're not in the Discord, be there. That's where you get the information as to when it is. As soon as we know, you'll know if you're in there. Can we get the Discord linked for a second? I just kind of went over that. But here we go. Let me invite you guys to the Discord here. This is where you need to be if you want to. Let me grab it.
While you're doing that, I just want to do one quick shout out again. Baltoon has been doing such a great job. He's been a huge help in the background, helping Winston put together this tournament. So just Baltoon, thanks. Hat tip once again.